I'm John Leonard. I'm a corporate lawyer in Denver, Colorado with the law firm of Fairfield and Woods. We're a full service law firm. Over the past few months, we've been doing informational videos for our corporate clients. And one of the questions that comes up is, what do I do with my business while I'm alive? If something happens to me and I get sick, and how to use wills and trusts after death. And so, what we tell our clients is that your business plan has to match your estate plan and vice versa. And one of the big tools we use in helping transition your business is a trust. And a trust has a beneficiary, you or your kids or spouse. But it needs to be run by a trustee. And we've done 2 videos on already with Phil DeVries from Sunflower Bank on when to use a personal trustee and when to use a corporate trustee. We're going to do 2 more videos, and they're going to have specific questions that you can ask when interviewing a corporate trustee once you and your lawyer have determined that a corporate trustee is the vehicle to go with. So Phil, thanks again for participating in our thought leadership here on managing businesses and people's wealth. Let's talk about the first 3 questions that at least you've outlined on how to interview a corporate trustee once the decision has been made. You want to ask the corporate trustee what his or her background is, or what the bank's background is, I guess.
That's a great place to start, John. And I think knowing the person that's going to be your primary contact, not only a little bit about them, but also about the team. And so when you're asking those questions, a good one to ask would be to come to top of mind: how long have you been in the business? What would you say your specialty is? And how would that benefit the administration of our affairs? And then to tell me a little bit about your team. Do you have an assistant, or do you have a team, an A and a B person on the account? Tell me, how is the department staffed to take care of accounts? Typically, everybody should have a primary contact in a department if a corporate trustee is selected. And there should be a backup, because people take vacations, but
right,
when something happens,
sure.
When something happens with the water heater and a property owned by a trust, someone's going to have to get in touch with the landlord, and if that happens to be us, then we have to take the ownership.
Yeah. Well, help me understand how a trustee administers the trust and the investment management. How is that actually done?
Well, hopefully during a grantor's lifetime, we are able to interact with that person and really get a thorough understanding of what they want to accomplish financially with their assets in the trust that we have been selected to manage. So that's always a big plus, just being able to interact personally. And then once a trust becomes irrevocable, and perhaps the trust was being managed by a prior trustee that either no longer wishes to be a trustee and wants to resign, or maybe the beneficiaries had a bad experience with their current trustee and would like to remedy that and start afresh.
Right.
So I think there's just a couple of ways that you can approach that. And I think that just having some flexibility within the department and knowing that a person is going to be, I think a person really wants to know that their needs are taken seriously and things are done in a timely and thoughtful manner.
Right. And lastly, what about fees?
Well, typically you're going to, there's kind of a couple of approaches that corporate trustees take with their fee schedules. And without getting too technical, it can be bundled, where it's all together. So the administration of the trust, paying of bills and taking care of requests of beneficiaries and taxes and all that along with investment management, which is another important component to the equation. Those can all be bundled into one fee. Sometimes trust departments have unbundled fees, so you pay a la carte, you just pay for the administration. Sometimes you'd pay for the investment, but sometimes a trust can direct the trustee to go with a certain investment.
And so when you're interviewing a corporate trustee, you should ask for the fee schedule and understand whether fees are bundled or unbundled and what those fees are based on.
I would agree. And one other thing, I think you would it would be in your best interest to ask if those fee schedules are negotiable.
Great content, great information. Well, we have one more video on 3 more important questions you need to ask when you're interviewing a corporate trustee. Phil DeVries from Sunflower Bank has 3 other videos that we've done on trusts and trustees, whether you want to act as your own personal trustee or a corporate trustee. So be sure and view those. So thank you.